Hey, everybody, this is your main man, Anthony Brogdon, coming at you once again. I got a smooth, good-looking guy from the motherland on the channel with me. I'm telling you, my friends, I go international with my situation. I want y'all to hear Black history from around the world, and this is another example of that. I am not playing with you. I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser, to intoxicate your mind, to make you stagger after you watch this video from what the depth that we talk about, the cohesiveness that we bring this history together from around the world. It is my mission to inspire, to educate, and entertain you, my friends. Watch out, strong inspirations, where I let the people do the talking. I am blessed tonight, today, at this very moment, to have this gentleman come on the channel. I found him somehow, I know how, through somebody else from off the continent of Africa who highly, and I say highly, recommended this young man. And here we are. So hit the subscribe button on Strong Inspirations. Hit the like button on this video. You're gonna like it because my man gonna blow your mind, no question about it. Hit the notifications bell for when the videos come up. You get a ding, a shock, your lights flicker, you get a tingling deep down in your stomach that there is new content on Strong Inspirations. And then, my friends, tell somebody about us. Now, I told you I'm international. Did you see the one I did with the guy out of South Africa who says that apartheid was nothing more than Jim Crow and much more? He's a light-skinned guy, so he says I'm a colored. That's what they call me. And he got a few more privileges, I suspect, as being a colored. But nonetheless, he was discriminated against because colored, black, whatever, it's all the same in the eyes of the discriminators. I'm not playing with y'all. Did y'all see the one I did with the guy out of Cameroon, Africa? Watch that. Did you see the one I did with the guy out of South Africa, but he grew up in Lagos, Nigeria? My man said I was in such a poor community that when the guys had a fight, they took their clothes off to fight naked because they couldn't rip up the one or two outfits that they had. And so much more. It was a mind-blowing conversation to talk with that gentleman. Did you see the one I did with the lady out of Australia? That's right, Australia. She says, and y'all heard of this term, aboriginals. I'm not pronouncing it right, but y'all know what I'm saying. What that meant was, when you say it correctly, is those were the Black people that was there first. They the one that really discovered that continent. They get down there, white folks show up, and I ain't gonna lie, and take it over. But and the thing that she says that was really kind of amazing, she said, I used to grow up and run around naked in the bushland. In the bushland. This history is all over. A couple more. Did you see the one out of America where the guy talks about when Black people ruled the world? When we ruled the world, there was such a moment in the early days. We were conquering nations, all out of my man's continent, Africa, which is the cradle of civilization. And I'm gonna leave you with this thought in my introduction. Egypt is in Africa and all them other countries. Africa is not a country. It's a continent, and it's super huge. It's bigger than North America, I think, by at least 2-3 times. Got a bunch of countries in there too. I don't know how many. I think it's 50, 60, 70 countries in Africa. And my man is out of one of them, and he is a member of his community. That's how we do it. Couple more things, my friends. Y'all know I'm a filmmaker. It's called Business in the Black, The Rise of Black Business in America. It's streaming on Amazon. I'm telling you in my documentary how slaves own businesses and they use the profits to buy their freedom. And so much more. Like I say, it's streaming on Amazon. Go to Business in the Black and put my name beside that, Anthony Brogdon. I then wrote this book. It's called Black Business Book, and it's good. It is, as someone has said to me, and it ain't just one person, the #1 Black business history book on the market. There is no other book like this one, my friends. It took me 2 years to do it, and I name names that you have never heard of. And I'm so confident that you will learn something new by reading my book, that if you don't, you send me a message and I give you money back. A book with a money back guarantee. There it is. Business in the Black is the name of the documentary. Black Business Book is the book. And all this and more is on my website, which is businessintheblack.net. Check me out. Do that, my friends. You can find me on Twitter at A Strong Dream too. And I got Facebook pages, Business in the Black, Black Business Book, Strong Inspirations, where I post often various types of information. I am here to enlighten you, my brothers and my sisters. Now, you hear me use this term strong a lot. Strong is my favorite word, and strong in my world stands for strength, tenacity, resilience, and a sense of oneness, nobility, and grace. And that is my introduction to my guest today. He's a strong brother. He's a sharp dresser too, everybody. My man is smooth. He's smooth. So come on, young man. Introduce yourself. Let's get it on. I'm so excited that you are with us.
Yes. Good evening, my brother. My name is Jeremiah Kauee Kaambo. I have been in, and I'm always an activist, and from Namibia. My name is I originated from Namibia. I'm here as a political asylum in here, and I'm representing my community as a marginalized minorities in Namibia. And also I'm an ambassador at large of African Improvement Society that was started by one of our great leaders called Marcus Masai Agabi.
Yes.
One of our great leader had a very good communication with our leaders, and they were chiefs. They were communicating with Messiah to be able to see how they can liberate themselves from the past apartheid system regime, even though we still have another apartheid regime on our that is run under our own black nepotism that is instigated by the same imperialism, the German imperialism, or the South African apartheid system. It has not yet gone. It still exists at the moment. So we are it's been a very long communication from our leaders, whereby even we call ourselves we are free, but I don't see as we are free at all.
Let me stop you there. And I don't mean no disrespect. We're gonna get on that storyline, but I gotta ask a couple questions about you personally, if you don't mind. You were born in what city?
I was born in a village at the city called it's called Aminus. It's on eastern part of southeast of Namibia, and it's where our people immigrated from when we had a genocide, one of untold genocide, the atrocity that was caused by the German. So when we migrated, it's where we went, and that's where we settled down, and the place is called Aminus.
Okay, let me ask you this: when you say a village, what does that mean? Is a village like we see in the movies? It doesn't have a downtown. It's people living in huts. I mean, tell us what that looks like.
We still the native, the original living in the jungle. We still are undeveloped, and we still like the way it is, because sometimes it's good even to come from the city and be able to say, okay, I had enough and I'm going to the jungle, and I can ride horse and be on my own in a.
Okay. When you hold on. You say jungle, where the lions at? You got to worry about the lions coming into the village and eating people?
Not really, because the lion we have different game reserves that they have where they put a lot of those dangerous animals, but it's just we do have many others animals, but lions we cannot live with them at the moment, because we do more livestock farming, and we are people that believe in cattle farming, and it's cattle and the lion does not. Yeah, we protect cattle from the lion, and once the lion is there, we won't be able to have any even meat production in Namibia.
Yeah, sure. Okay, hold on. Let's stay on that just a tad. I mean, no disrespect in this. So when you say they got all the lions, what about the panthers and the snakes and those things that we think about being and the elephants? Are the elephants walking around your village?
Yes, in some areas they do, and we have many different parts of Namibia. Namibia is one of very well diverse society. As a country itself, we have many different tribes, whereby each tribe have its own constituency or own regions, but at the moment that have been overpowered by certain group of one tribe that is all trying to overpower everything. But as I said, in some regions, yes, some people do live with those animals, especially namely Opuo. It's on northwest of Namibia. Yes, they do have some of our they live with those elephants, and sometimes it's very hard for them, and even to make a living in their life. The poverty have hit them deep, and you know, when the elephant comes, it destroyed everything, and sometimes even they lose their livestock through the lion eating their livestock, and snakes, it's all over Namibia. Those we not worried. Even myself, where I grown up, so I know how to go my way without any with living with the snakes. So we are used to
really?
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about this? When you grew up, where you grew up, did you have, what kind of clothes did you wear? Where did you get your clothes?
Originally, before we lost our culture, and we still have a lot what we traditional clothes that we wear. They are still there. I wish one day I will bring them here and I can wear
Is
them.
it something like what I have on today? Is this the type of?
No.
Oh,
We
really?
still have pure traditional skins that we wear. As I told you, we are one of the tribe that still have a very strong belief in our ancestors, and we pray to God through our ancestors. And these cattle that we have farmed or livestock that we have, cattle, and that the skins of the cattle, that's what we wear. We wear them as clothes.
Okay.
As that.
Okay. All right. So how many, I want to stay on this just a little bit for the viewers who don't know. How about this? You got brothers and sisters?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you grow up in a hut or a house? What was your home?
On that point, I was one of a very lucky, we were one of the lucky family, because my father was one of the very hardworking person, and starting from the grandfather himself, when the war broke on 1904, so my grandfather had to run into the they were captured, and they had to go through the contraceptive camps that was from Walvis Bay to Lutrex is where they were released. So when they were released from these contraceptive camps, they were working on German farms. So that's how they started saving and getting their cattle's bags, and it was very hard work from our father to really
Okay.
To get back on their 2 feet. Even everything was taken from them. They were homeless.
Really?
And yes, and they came at that's how when they were released from Lutrex, that's how they came through Lutrex, Kiedmans, from Kiedmans up to the place called Aminus. And where they in Aminus, he was settled down near with one of our very great paramount chief called Chief Hosea Kutako. And my grandfather himself was Uvera Kauee Kaambo, and they were one of the mastermind even that helped Namibia so that we can get fight for freedom that we still fighting. We don't have at the moment.
Okay. Let me ask you this. We're gonna stay on this. Just I'm interested. Did you have lights in your house?
From the beginning, we did not have anything. In the I think the 80s, we didn't have, but we were using just fire, no natural fire. And because my father was of the first, his grandfather was hardworking, and my father started also getting into my grandfather, as I told you, was next to one of the great chiefs, and he was the mastermind in giving them. They were the one trying to emancipate themselves through many things. So they were the first one even to drive cars and.
Oh, really? Okay, I love it.
Yeah, they were the first one even to get civilized.
Yes.
So that's how it went, and we did headlights, and at the end, the good thing is my grandfather himself, he died in 1982, but before he died, he told my own father that, no, I think I have enough livestock that I have that has accumulated, and all I want you to do, get a land or a commercial farm that you will keep these livestock and be able to raise your children there. That's what he did, and then he had to get a commercial land, and through that, that's where we everything we had lights and electric lights. Things change.
Okay, let me ask you this. Well, okay, he got livestock. How does he get money? How does he make, is it all bartering, or how does he have money?
You know, our people, himself, my own father died 2016. How they used to make money through these cattle farming. It's one of backbones of Namibian economy.
Really? Okay. So what is, hold on, let me stop you there. So is he selling the cattle? Is he getting the milk from the cattle? What is he doing with the cattle?
We are not yet with the milk. The only things is just selling the cattle.
Okay.
We breed them and then we sell them. That's the only things we do.
So growing up, do you know how to kill a cattle?
100%. Even I know how to ride a horse. I know how to look after, to train horses, all of these things. I know how to goat heading. I know how to, that's the things that we train since we were small.
How do you kill a cattle?
Traditionally, we have many ways because, as I told you, we are very, we believe in our ancestors. So these things is killed with a very big respect, and it's not everybody that kill them. And
oh, really?
Yeah, it's killed in a very good manner. So.
Oh, I got you. So do you eat cattle?
Yes, we eat. We eat from cattle. We drink their milk. That's what that's something we eat everything from cattle. Even we have our own butters that we eat. We can we make from traditional butter that we get from cattle. There's a lot that we get from cattle. When I'm at home, I don't buy anything. Nothing. I don't buy nothing. I don't need to buy food. I don't need to buy nothing.
Okay, do you eat and they grow crops and they eat a lot of rice? What kind of vegetables do you eat?
No,
yams, whatever.
No, we are not into those things. Maybe it's right now when people started changing, but I think the community, we are still have our old traditional value. We still have them because we want to keep them, and then it's like we eat and keep everything. We are still back in.
I got you.
We haven't lost the whole culture, although we have some that we have keep, and we are still trying to preserve it and keep what we have at the moment.
I got you. Let's stay on this. How did you get an education?
Myself, I just get what we call ground education. I educated more myself, and I read more books, and I had a very good brother of mine that was a politician too, that died very early. He was the one that groomed me up and advocated me into this, because he was showing me how to educated me more into reading newspapers and those things. So then I get into that, and that's how it went.
But did you go to school?
Yes, I went to school, but the thing is, we went, our schools, myself, I went into different languages. So I did not from grade up to grade 8 or grade 8, I did it in a different language called Afrikaans. So English was introduced into us 1996. So in that time I was in grade 10. So I had only 2 years to do English for grade 11 and for only 3 years.
Okay.
So I tried my best. That's how I
love it.
I
Okay,
improved and had a.
let me ask you this. You had some advantages in life, as you had said. Would you date a girl who did not have the advantages? You know what I mean? Or is there a difference between somebody like you who know languages, who read, and some young lady or some guys? Did you play with everybody, or you only at some point only played with people who were like you?
I'm a person of the people. I'm somebody that I don't look into the looks of somebody. I grown up at the farm. We grown up with different type of people, like we call them bushmen, and all of these people. They are well. I respect their value and their traditional value, and it's like they want. I can still date anybody. I can even. I don't mind what the most important thing is not what the look of the person or what he know. It's the character of the person. Character.
I got you. I love it. Yeah. I love it. Did your father just have one wife?
Yes. That one I was lucky. My father had only my my mother, but before my mother, he didn't marry, but he had also a few children also from other wives. Sure. He did marry my mother.
Okay.
But in our traditional, we do have you are allowed to marry as many wives as you wish, and we are not also. We are one of the tribe in Africa that have democracy on our women. We don't. You give more freedom onto women to do as they wish, even they are married with you.
Oh, really?
She can go. She can go and have fun with anybody your age mate or maybe a visitor. It depends on how it is and where it is. Maybe as in villages, yes, that like a country such as Opua, where our tradition is still well preserved. Everything is done in a very good traditional way, and you find royal men that are still married to more than 2-3 wives, and everything is working proper, and that's what they want.
Do you what was the what time did you have to get up in the morning to go to school? What time did you have to get up on Saturday if you didn't have school? That kind of thing.
You see, we had a very different times. My father, as they went through a cycle of life, they had to groom us as militant, as in military way, because they knew they went through one of the worst atrocity of worse more than Holocaust itself. So they had to groom us so that we can be awake in everything. And as a young boy, you have to be awake by 5 o'clock in the morning. Your father should not find you in the bed at all. So you have to make fire if you are at home. So at school, we used to wake up around 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was a very good routine. We were well trained, but we had a very good waking up times, especially in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, and
what time did you go to bed?
Depend where I am, where you were. If you were at school, you were always forced to go to bed. You wake up early at 6, and you have to, around 8 o'clock, you have to be in your bed, or if not, and it depends from a grade to grade. Up to grade 4, you have to sleep as early as possible. But it's more schoolwork, is homework you start having from grade 10 and those. Then the more, then you have, then you had to, maybe the last time was around 10 o'clock.
Okay. Just a couple more on this. The people who did not have the advantages that you had, did they call you something like a name that was, you think you better than us? And you know what I'm asking you?
Yes, I do understand that one. It's a very good question too. That thing to me, because I was, as I told you, I respect any person as I give him respect as long as he give me back the respect.
Right.
So I don't undermine nobody in any way. So that helped me very good to also integrate in any. People didn't. I didn't have that very bad. Anybody to see me as I'm a privileged person, and because of my privilege, I didn't have that problem, because even I had that, I could come and eat and play with them, anybody in the way, even whatever I had. I didn't do that. But well, some that were privileged that I knew did that, and they were called different names, but I didn't have had that experience myself.
Did you see white people? Did you grow up with white people, or all the people that you knew were black people?
My brother, I don't know, sometimes God creates, or the Almighty, whoever made us to have, to breathe, gave us many different ways, because I grown up in many different, with many different tribes, with white people themselves, with the Bushmen, all sort of many different tribes in Namibia. I could integrate with all of them. And my last schools where I also was, where I did grade 11 and 12, I was with white people and white people school. Okay. But there, from the others grades, I was with blacks, or my own black schools.
Is black people what they call? Are you a black person? What do you call yourself?
I'm black. I was born black, and I love being whom I am. And what is very important to me is, as long as each and everybody respect, we are all equal. Whether I'm black, white, race, and whatever, we are all human beings. That should not, that does not matter to me. I
love it.
I see each and every human being as one.
So you didn't think of white people being better than you, did you? Growing up, did y'all talk to, if you see a white person, always call them sir, think of them as better people, that kind of thing?
I don't really there are many different types of whites that I have seen. There were racist whites. There were whites that also that I can tell you that today even we don't tell them that even fought the liberation struggle with us, that could sleep with us in the same bed, that could fight in the same fight with us. Up to today, some died, even sacrificed their life, willing to liberate us. They are those whites, and in the same school, so I had the same experience too. There were one side that really never wanted to welcome us, but there were those whites that saw us and they were trying to welcome us in their community, and we could play together as long as they have boundaries. Everybody respect his any other's wishes, and we couldn't.
But you didn't live in this. White people didn't live in your neighborhood.
Yes, they didn't. You remind me of something that happened in 1959 in Namibia, whereby where a lot of our people was moved into an area today known as Homeland Park in Windhoek, Namibia, to Katutura. So where a lot of our people died in the old locations. So massacre where they were killed by whites because of so when they did that is they separated us. But in a way also, we were separated. Each tribe has their own area. So, but the truth was we were respecting each other no matter how separated we were. So we were knowing each other that, no, that is a white community, that is what, but I don't deny that there were no apartheid. Truly, my brothers and those elders, they went through the pain of the struggle of these apartheid whites. They were not welcome in the community. So those are the people that taste the bitter more than we. We didn't taste it. And most of the people that you hear today, they fought for Namibian freedom. They didn't fight nothing. It was more fought on what we call in as one. It's not the same Ovambo community that you hear. They did not. Those people did nothing. They are just sell out. That sell us to the same apartheid, same white person. But
I got you.
Yeah, but all the other community, we all live together in peace and harmony. But right now, everybody started fuming, and we started having more divisions, and we started having, we started hating each other because of the divide and conquer that is happening at the moment. And
oh, really? Okay, let me go back just a little bit before, and we're gonna spend a little bit of time on that too. Did you learn Black history? Did you learn about slavery and the slaves that came out of your country to America? Did they ever teach you any of them stories?
Let me tell you that. That's a very good question. You know, when we were very lucky that our grandfather, as I told you, our parents, when you sit at the fire, that's the history time. That's where they teach you about history, how they were robbed, how they were killed, how they were running through, trying to cross the border, how our people today, even when they say our our people sold them. Most of our parents sell nobody. At the time, our people fought, and while they were fighting, many died. And when they were and those that and many were captured, and through this capture is how they were transported to different countries. That's where we have many. Some went to Cameroon, where some went up. All of these people. That's where you see, even in our Herero community, we have very less population. Why? Because most of our people were taken through this enslavement, and most of them they came from the Herero tribe and Nama tribe in Namibia. So that's how we've been educated and on history itself. It's the simple way I can tell you is like they pass the history from, they tell us, the elders, the grandparents passed it on to us, and we have to do the same to the next generation too.
So how did you find out about Marcus Garvey?
Marcus Garvey was very good. As I told you, these people were communicating with our grandparents. My father is Kauee Kaambo was with Hosea Kutako, one of our paramount chief of Hereros. So that as I told you, in 1959, the massacre that was caused by the apartheid regime is when the whole liberation struggle started. So they were also started communicating with Messiah a long time ago, writing each other letters. They were trying, how can they liberate themselves from the Dutch, the Afrikaner. Because the thing is, when you look into ourselves, we have came to a very long, many years of being under imperialism. We have never recovered, and we have never get back what was taken from us at all. And we are still remaining the same. We still are being oppressed by the same people. You see, when the German took over the land and everything, so they gave those authority back to the Dutch. So from the Dutch, and the Dutch and the Germans started cooperating together. They started working together, and then they find out, and then they passed the authority into the Ovambo. Ovambo tribe is more. They are more on the north of Namibia. They are the whole things. They from Angola. So when the German and Afrikaner knew that they cannot pass the land back to the rightful owners or the originals or the natives, so they have to make sure they have to bring in a tribe from a different country and groom them into this, and bring them into Namibia so that they can use them to run the neo-colonialism government through the same tribe.
Marcus Garvey, did he ever come to your country?
Not that I know of, but he was having very close relationship with I do have a lot of letters that they were exchanging writings each others with our grandparents. We have such as B.G. Carrera and many others that were also Meroro and many others that were involved with what you call with African Improvement Society in Namibia, whereby UNIA, where the same organizations that Marcus Garvey was having, we had also another one on the ground in Namibia. So they were just communicating from.
I got you.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever went there.
Yeah,
but
I got you.
I think some of our leaders might have met him, because those that were sent to liberate us came across. Many came here in the 60s, or many came here in America, and there might be some of them that may have met Marcus.
You just named a couple people. Is there a Dr. Martin Luther King in your country? A Malcolm X? You know what I mean? That you all talk about?
Brother, the problem is that we have many children, and most of them that are named, it's because of names of those people: Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. We even having talks. We really want to build centers for many different centers for those people also. One for Marcus Garvey to keep his name up there, one for Malcolm X also, and those we are busy trying to raise funds so that we can build those centers for all of those three leaders anyway. The only problem, as I told you, there were Ovamboland, it was incorporated with us, and these people they have caused, because they have already a cahoots with the apartheid regime, and they have been told by the same white apartheid people how to oppress us in the same apartheid systems. So it just we are not even free to be able to say the history, or to bring the true patriot that we really want. And right now, SWAPO government is trying by all means to erase all Namibian true Namibian beacon history, to erase it. So we are in a very big issues, and they're making sure that we should not nobody should know what they did, because SWAPO did nothing good and to our people, and that's why you see Marcus and even many people at the moment don't even know that our people did communicate with Marcus. Why? Because the people that are running Namibia, they don't know nothing about Namibia.
Okay.
There are people that we've been brought there by the same white that oppress us, knowing that if they give the land back to the rightful owners, they going to the truth will come out. So
I got you.
They have to.
Let me ask you this. You know what you know. Are you out there telling people, and are you scared for your life?
I'm not scared. As I came through many different problems, and I give my life in the Almighty God. He's there to protect me. If whatever I can be scared and what I've seen how our many different African governments are killing their own people. And this is not taught. I came through different refugee camps where I seen worse that today we sit down and we don't talk about what is happening, because many that talks, they are being silenced by being afraid of losing their life.
Sure.
And I'm not afraid at all no more. I'm ready for whatever comes. But
do they know you? Do the people in your community know that this is what you're doing? Do you go out and talk? Do you write papers, write in the newspaper? How do you get your thoughts out to people?
I used to do more when I was back home. Was trying to write more on the news, especially in newspapers and those things. But the problem is the newspaper only print what they want to hear. They play the music,
Sure.
tune of music, what they want. Since they realize that I'm trying to they don't, I'm not playing to their tune, or I'm criticizing what they are doing wrong. So they don't print what I say.
How do people know what you say? How do you tell people what you're thinking and get the word out?
At the moment, I have because I have done much already. Sometimes I write on Facebook and I keep on. But at the beginning, some newspapers were writing. A few of them, I call them like Informante, Sun. There were some printing of some of my articles. But especially after I went to, when I feared for my life, when I was in exile somewhere in Botswana, that's when I came back to Namibia, I didn't want it to write because I could sense it was not free for me to be able to write anything. If I write, things were getting a bit. And the last article I wrote there was Namibia is not Nyoma land, but I could feel, because since when that article was printed again, because when I came back from air, I wanted to see how will they take me back, but when after I wrote that one, and I could sense that things were not going to work. So I have to stay silent and be able to not to write too much until I go out in some way, so that I can start and keep up the fight.
Let me ask you this. Let me stop you there. You said you went into exile. Did they make you go, or you just left on your own?
They made me to go because I could feel I could feel the threat. And as I told you that we lost many of our great leaders, and we are still losing some of our great men that really have a true humanity of our communities. They are all being eliminated. Those that are trying to reason, they are being killed by the same governments. And they do have what we call hit list, whereby they write names of those people that they want to eliminate for that year, and that's how we find out that our names were in those lists. So some of our people information leak, and they will let you know that, and you can also feel through your phone and how things were going. And then I had to escape and go out. And like I said, we lost many leaders. Even
sure.
We had one of our great leaders that were gunned down, like Clemens Kapuos, many others. And
let me ask you this: when you say they, are white people in control of the government there, or black people in control of the government? Who's the one that's stopping you from doing what you want to do?
This government that is there, the SWAPO government, is controlled by the same white imperial government.
But they're black people. They're black people who are in the government.
Yes, it's just black people, the same black SWAPO government. These people, they betrayed all our communities. Wow. They are the ones that are controlled by the same white men that when you hear of freedom, we don't have any freedom in Namibia. We have even a tribe called Caprivian. Where are they? If you hear of saying, okay, we have freedom, everybody are free. Why do you think those that are even were in exile did not even go in the when the country got independence, so-called independence? Why did they not go? We have many Namibians that are still dying here in exile. They cannot go there. They're fearing for their life because they know what? They know the truth that SWAPO killed, and they are still killing their own people. They kill the people in Kasinga, Lubango, in the Lubango. There's a lot of things that they did. Where's then untold history of what they.
Let me ask you this. This is crazy. It's many more black people in your country. It ain't but a few white people in the country. How come y'all can't overthrow them white people and tell them, get out of here, leave, and then the black people don't have to be under their thumb?
You see?
That's the question.
The problem is, from the beginning, since 1904, after the war, the genocide of Herero, after the Herero genocide, we didn't have any problem with the white people. We looked into it and we said, let's forgive these people and live together. That's really? How. Okay. I want to tell you how our the ideology of our great leaders were. They welcomed them and said, okay, you killed our people through all genocide and what? Let us live in peace and harmony from now and be able to do that. But the worst of all, the whites never accepted it. So what they did, they looked into which tribe in Namibia they can take and use against us, ourselves. That's how they took one tribe from Angola called Ovambo, and they put it in front to oppress all the other tribes. Really? Through that, yeah, that's now we are not fighting a white man no more. We are fighting our own black racial government. Really? And, oh my God. Yeah, we are fighting one of the worst ever government that we had an anti-apartheid government. But you know, when your own black person that you also help through the strike, today he forget about what you did. All he wants is self-enrichment, and he has to serve the same masters that you were serving, that you were fighting out from. So we don't, I still strongly believe in the ideology of our great ancestors, where they say, okay, the white did what they did to us. Namibia is a vast country with vast resources. So it's not about chasing the white away. It's about diversity. It's about we all live in peace and harmony. We all cherish peace. So how can we live in a better Namibia? So the only things that maybe that can help us is once we emancipate ourselves from the black racial government. Now we're not talking about the white. The white is not there. These people are the ones that are killing us. We are being killed by our own brothers. This is not only in Namibia only. You'll find countries like Zimbabwe. The guy, those people, there are a lot of things that are done in those countries.
Let me ask you this.
I don't want to go in any other country general affairs.
Let me ask you this. What is the government name? Is it like a particular political party that rules? Do y'all get to vote on who's the president of the country? Any of that kind of thing?
Yes, we do vote, but since from the beginning of 1989, from this voting, it was not the worst of our Namibian nation. United Nations itself made a very big mistakes whereby it did not listen to the whole nations or the people back on the ground. They did not listen. They were only listening to those SWAPO government. They were saying SWAPO is only sole representative of Namibian government. So they enforced SWAPO into the whole Namibia, and they empowered SWAPO. So SWAPO, they educated SWAPO how to rig in the election. So what can we do? SWAPO have been doing that, and you can hear that one tribe is a majority tribe than all the other tribes.
Right.
But the same tribe that you hear is a majority tribe are the same tribe that is a sellout to the same person. So what can help us? Maybe we don't need to vote at the moment. The whole election and this thing need to be stopped. We call for interim government. That can help us, and that Ovambo land, that Ovambos that take their Ovambo land, that the Caprivian take their Caprivian land, that the Kavango take theirs too, and we, the minorities groups that want to live in the German Southwest Africa, we should, our opinion and ideas should be respected so that we can live in peace and harmony and cherish. And one thing that I can also mention, see, we have somebody that is you that is educated. The same person you were taken from us. How can you tell me we are free and we have independence? You cannot go into Namibia and work there, even in the government, and be able to give us your educate. I don't need even to study any economics or anything. You should be able to be there and go and do any.
I understand.
Then that's what you call freedom. We have a lot of our people that were taken, that went into West Indies in slavery. In West Samoa, Cameroon, Togo, the list is endless. Some went to Portugal. I meet them, many of these people that my grandfather told me, I have met them even myself here. I've seen them, and it's very painful when you meet somebody like your father told you that there were people that were taken forcefully, and you meet them, the person is telling you the same like my father was telling me back home in Africa. Okay. And the same government that is there do not ever want our history to be told. They making sure, man, there is the same government have written in a document called the handwritten the unwritten manifesto, a silent SWAPO strategy. The red elephant.
Let me ask you just a couple more questions before we come to a close. Do you want to be a politician? Do you want to run the government? What do you want to do?
I would like to run the government if I get the opportunity to do that. Because really, the country like Namibia needs somebody that understands diversity and that want each and every tribe what we need in Namibia is federal government. So because we are whether we want it or not, we speak many languages in Namibia, and we have many different tribes in Namibia. Each tribe should be respected, each language should be respected, each area should be respected, each region should be respected. Those regions are the same like what you call states. So if you have like a Damara tribe or Herero tribe, so they want to speak their language, that should be respected. Let them have their own laws and norm and everything. Let them practice whatever they wish. So
I got you.
That goes in with all the different part of Namibia. But at the moment, we really fighting for freedom. We want the German Southwest Africa to be given back to the original natives Namibians that we call the minority groups, those that really want to live whether you are white, black, whatever, and whatever tribe, we want to live in peace and harmony. So we should be given back the German Southwest Africa, that the Ovambu and those other tribes that have those. How on earth there is in one of the worst document ever writing against all the other tribes, and then you tell me that's your. How on earth you can write an unwritten document where you describe how you will make sure that all the other tribes should not have any higher position in Namibia. They should not have any. We should make sure we oppress them. Just the same tactics that the white apartheid system was doing to us. The same oppression. That's the same oppression we have with this SWAPO government.
I see. Well,
there's no difference.
How about this? What's a good day for you? When you wake up and what's a good day for you? Because you got a lot on your mind. You got a lot on your chest. You got a lot on your shoulders. What's a good day? When have you know what I'm saying? What have you not, you had fun and accomplished something? What's a good day for you?
You can it depends what other day you want. Because I might be changing from my program will maybe change, so we can look into those. I will let you know which day can be very good, and then we can look into that.
Yeah. You a leader. You an activist. You are are there other people like you? Are you a part of an organization and there are other people like you who think like you?
I don't know, because everywhere you have enemies. You have those that will like you and those that won't like you everywhere you go. I am a founder of an organization called Emadema, Emancipation for the Marginalized Minorities in Namibia. And at the moment, I am also ambassador at large for Namibian African Improvement Society. So we trying to liberate ourselves from Swapo government. And I have also recently filed a lawsuit, maybe whereby we want the office of the United Nations Secretary General to come and be able to answer or tell us or be able to do the correction or revise or all what they have done wrong. You cannot say justice come first and you hand over the country to the people that is not the rightful owners, and you sitting on the table with petitions of our grandfathers that they wrote clear what they stated, how they wanted, and you had a clear agreement that you will give back the land. That's how that's how it happened. Because first of all, it was actually after the genocide, when the League of Nations was formed, is where they said, okay, they will they put in a mandate where they will say, okay, the German will not be able to all the colony were taken away from Germany, most especially Namibia, because they committed a genocide there. Right. So when Namibia was taken off from Germany, was handed over where? In the hand of the British, and the British did what? Knew what were in Namibia, and the Boers, they were the one that the Africans, they took over to colonize us. So whereby when they took over, there were clear letters and papers that stated that from the United Nations that we will educate the rightful owner, the natives Namibia, and hand over the land, their government to them. So the German didn't do that. The Boers didn't do that. They hand over to the Ovambo. The Ovambo are not doing the same. So how can we call we are free, and while we are living in this oppression and we are being oppressed by the same person you helped to, you were working together as a brother.
One more question. How old are you?
I am 44 now.
You married?
I'm not married at the moment.
You got kids?
Yes, I do. I have a baby girl.
Do everybody know what you're doing? Or you got to do it in a secret way or something like that?
Many of them knows that I'm fighting for the right cause. They are those one, and some of them, even those that were hating me when I was back home, because the system started oppressing them more, they started telling me that I should try to fight more and liberate them. That's really how I came up with even filing this lawsuit, trying to be able to make sure that maybe the court will listen to our words this time. They're not going to do like the 1989, whereby United Nations did not adhere to our words and they give back the land to the wrong people. So maybe this time they will listen to what we have to say, and we will hand over maybe so that we can avert the second genocide that can occur in Namibia. Because anytime soon people are fuming and they are ready to revolt if this continues. Because soon you can oppress people, and once the people get tired, it's gonna go to a genocide. Don't forget, we recently, a few years back, we had one of the worst genocide Rwanda genocide, 1994, and we don't want the same history to repeat in with us. And we 100 years back, we had also the Herero genocide that we still fighting for reparation, but we have not been we have not been compensated at the moment yet, and we are still at the same time being fooled by the same organizations and by the same imperialism government, cahoots with our own Black community that are fooling us not to give our land back or to give we are still homeless. We don't own nothing in our own land. We don't own nothing. Everything is still it's not, we are not free. The truth, that's the truth. If I told you from the beginning, if you cannot go back in Africa and work there in Namibia, how free are we? If all of these true patriots that fought for the country, all the ideology went in vain.
Yeah, I got you. Let me ask you this: did this call you, or did you stumble into this? How did you become who you are? This is my last question. How did you become the guy you are, the icon you are? How did you take this and said, all right, I'll do it?
I think it's just a call from God. Somebody, I looked into the country. First, I wanted to open, because I have a heart of trying to help people. I wanted to open an organization called Hope for the Hopeless Disabled Namibians. When I looked into the system, I found out that we have more problem than disabled. Even I give cater for the disabled is not the solution. So I have to, I look into poverty is hitting everywhere. Unemployment rate is getting high, crime rate is getting high. And I looked into the countries as Namibia that have vast resources as Namibia, that how on earth a country with 2.5 million people are hit by deep down poverty while we have such many resources, and a country such as Botswana that don't have many resources with us, they are doing better than us. What's the problem? So that's how I came into and look into, so I have to do something. When I came, how can I started seeing is corruption? Where is the corruption coming from? It's the government. And through that, I got also groomed up by my brother, like the one I told you, and plus I was next to I educated more myself, read more, and I started staying more with very good utopians, and then they started pushing me up and educating me more how to fight. And then I said, okay, I know how hard it is, but I have to do it. I have to try my best to liberate our people. We think we've been betrayed from the whole beginning, and how can we fight ourselves or emancipate ourselves? And I met many different, some of my elders, those same people that went through the genocide in neighboring countries. When I met them in Botswana or in South Africa or where, when they say, even while we are here in South Africa, we are not yet free. We lost everything and we really want to go back. We really wish somebody will do something to get our, even we're not gonna go back where we were, just for us to be free. And those people that were even repatriated back to Namibia, the same government that is there, same black government, don't give IDs to those people that came back. How about we take you back, we go like in those Jamaica and these West Indies, they are our people. If we take those people and place them somewhere in Namibia, you want to tell me you're not gonna give those people an ID and the passport? And then you tell them we are free. How can this? Now we really there are people that have been there up to today. I don't think they have all. They don't have IDs. They are not welcome into the same country where they were. Their grandfathers were died from, and they were running through the desert. Many perished through the Kalahari Desert. Many perished through the slave Atlantic trade. Many perished in Shark Island today that they don't know. Where you hear of Skeleton Coast, where does that Skeleton Coast come from? It comes from whereby our Herero community, Herero and Nama, died in there. But it's not told as it is because the same Swapo government that is there, or Nyoma that they, he's a proxy of the same white man.
I got you. Let me ask you one more question here. You said you do you have a website? Can you publicize what can you do something with this video? Do you have a website, a Facebook page? Are you that kind of thing? I'm asking you.
Yes, I do have that, and I'm trying to I can publish that, and I want more, and I'm working also how I can make my case, Namibian case, stronger, and I'm trying to collect as many books as possible. And there is a lot of books that one book that I want also to write, whereby I put all in one and short and sweet so that most of Namibians can hear themselves, and most of our Black community here can hear how we've been betrayed and why we say we've been betrayed and we don't have freedom, and why we really want freedom. Because many don't understand up to now. They just hear we are free, but we are not free.
Can people in America help you?
That's what I want. I've been trying to go around, and I've been even trying to write letters to many organizations. I wrote many letters to Honorable Minister Farrakhan. I wrote many letters to many others, telling them what our cause is, and letting them know that we really want freedom. And it's not only I'm just here as a messenger, conveying a message. I'm sent by my community to represent. I'm representing my community here, and I'm representing all the others, those that are all marginalized, that want freedom. And there are many that really cry for the freedom that I'm. And think of how would you feel? You fought for something, and you thought that you are free, you got independence, but you cannot go back home. And there are a lot of people
I see what you're saying,
that have never even went back home, and you hear the country is free.
I see what you're saying. I'm gonna stop there. We can keep going, I guess. Everybody, I got nothing else for the most part. Everybody, I got an icon on strong inspirations. I got a leader on strong inspirations. I got an activist on strong inspirations. I got a guy who I am, and I'll say this, I suspect, but I suspect in 100% is led by God to do what he's doing. And his heart can be pure. His intentions are admirable, are honorable in what he's trying to accomplish. And I pray from what I've heard, sounds legitimate to me. I don't think he's doing this for any other reason but for some strangers in his country. Some people that he don't know, that he sees walking down the street, that he hears the voices, see it on the news, whatever, that would really themselves appreciate a better way of life. To me, and I'm just assuming, I ain't gonna lie to you, ain't nothing wrong with what he's trying to do. Ain't nothing wrong with what he's trying to do. As in history has gone throughout the centuries, right wins every time. It might not win in his lifetime though, but I would believe that you and what you do on a daily basis, the things that you say, the actions that you take, move the needle some, and God will take it the rest of the way through you and whoever hear you, who is moved and motivated by you, inspired by you, encouraged by your actions. I'm just saying, this is what I assume. What you have said sounds legitimate to me. I am blessed at this moment that you have taken time out of your schedule to come on my show. Little old me, I'm an ordinary guy in America that's trying to do something extraordinary. And I have done something extraordinary at this very moment because of you, my friend.
And I would like also to say, I'm grateful for the very good work that you're doing. It's not a easy work that you're doing. You take your time off, just like the same that I'm doing. Being here, it's a lot that makes me to do this job. Our youth are dying through trying to flock, trying to run through to many Western countries because of the same oppression. They cannot get jobs. Jobs are just given to, onto one tribe. Jobs are everything. The tribalism are getting. It's getting out of control. So out of this, all of this made us to do what we're doing. And when I meet a person like you that doing a great job as you does, it's not easy. Even right here, we have refugees that people that come from Namibia. They are not welcome. Even the how our people have been catered here, it's as a refugee, being a refugee in New York, it's not easy, as we say. How they've been settled down, and we're fighting along a lot of things, and I'm fighting for yeah, even countries like Canada. They don't, all they know is to all of these countries. There is no country that is not benefiting from the resources that is being not taking from Namibia. But when Namibians, our youth goes to this country to look for jobs, they cannot be even given working permits. They cannot be welcome in those societies. Our community, we have a lot to do, me and you, that we got to do. We have to educate our own Blacks community too, to be able to understand we are not intruders when we come here. We are just the same Black people. We should welcome each other, and we should be able not to fight each other. We should stop hatred, and all lives matter in all of us, whether you are Black or white, and or whether you are Black American, whether you are Black African or wherever, you are all one. We should start changing our mindset, because our ideology should start changing, because we have to educate and advocate a different message to all the communities, because we need that. One thing I can name before we go: look into ourselves. We have such an in these communities. Look into one thing, that we have many different communities, but when you look into ourselves, I cannot, if I'm Black and I'm an African, and a Black American wouldn't welcome me very well. He would think like I'm intruders. That's just the mindset. Our minds are very, need to be told that we need to welcome each other, and we need to share information. We are not sharing good information, and money has made us to separate us, because what they do is like this. An example, and most of the SWAPO leaders today in Namibia, they will do what? They will come here because they have money. They are putting, they make sure all of the high position, even the ambassadors that are put in coming in those many different countries overseas, they come from the same tribe. So they will play the same music. They will do everything how they want it. So there is nothing that you will hear what they are doing wrong and how they are oppressing their own people.
I got you.
So this keep us more divided, and we have a lot to work on, that we have to be able to bring ourselves and awaken all of our community. And right now we started having children even within our different community, white communities. Even we hate each other. So there is no any other way. We should learn to live with each other, and we should also start respecting those that want to live in their own way. Fair enough. Those that want anything should be respected how it wants to be, but always cherish peace and harmony, and that should be respected by all means. And that's what we want, and that's what we're fighting for. And I really urge for the different organizations, community, to give me a backbone and help me in the fight for how we want to liberate ourselves through our Namibian struggles. As we and those that many other countries, the Western countries, they should also not deport our Namibians back to Namibia. They should give them shelters until we find ways how we can liberate ourselves.
I got you. Let me ask you, let me do one more thing. In your native language, say goodbye or anything, a little short something, but in your native language, a prayer if you want to, in your native language. That closes us out. Before you do that, Everybody, strong inspirations, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video. I know you like it a lot. You got to like this video. Hit the notifications bell. Tell somebody about us, please. And then close us out in your native language, a prayer or whatever you want to do.
Okay. Tate tupa matha orondu ove ngwenjeta momahinga nove ngunji onjerera ehi ida kuove numenyingiro matha ehi ula kuove usha tukutura tupa unongo o kumenyingiro. So I just ask the Almighty to give me strength and power to guide me in the rightful path so that I can keep on doing what I'm doing. And maybe many will also hear my words. Wandu wetu wandu daitu. Ndukonjiwe mkaendu wako. Okontu jaje go hava rarika. Outaka. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
everybody.
All right. Bye-bye. Stay
Bye.
safe.
You're welcome.